For example, the more knowledge you have and the more you implement it, the more skills you will develop. The more knowledge and skills you have, the more valuable you become in your professional career, which allows you to build a bigger network. The bigger your network, the more you can expand on your resources. And the more resources that you have, the more reputation you will win from the people that are around you. Okay, right, welcome to Eagerman's hut. As you can see, a bit of a change in the settings. I'm not really in my hut today. I had to travel out of London for 3 days to attend this leadership and management course that I decided to take through my hotel. And, you know, the company is paying for all the expenses, so I thought, fuck it, why not? It's free knowledge. I do apologize if the quality of the audios is not as good as it normally is. It's obviously because I'm not in my hut and so I don't have my mic. I have to go with the inbuilt mic that comes with the camera. Anyway guys, today's topic of discussion will be why I think a lot of young men are failing in today's world. The reason for that is because we simply don't spend enough time and energy on acquiring knowledge. Instead, the mindset we have is, I'm just going to go out there and hustle and make as much money as I can. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this mindset, but to me it feels like this way of thinking is born out of that primitive masculine urge to just go out there and do things and conquer the world without any logic or sense or like a strategy in place. You know, to me it feels like you're trying to skip steps. People with this mindset end up working in jobs that will pay you good, but it would require you to use your body more than your brain. And the problem with that is, if you're going with a job that pays you slightly more cash but gives you far less knowledge and skills, then ultimately that's a low paying job. Because at the end of the day, you can't truly become wealthy unless you have knowledge up here. Whilst I was at the station, before hopping on the train, I went to a bookstore and I bought this book called The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. And his first book, Happy Sexy Millionaire, I've read it. Very good book, highly recommend it. But if you haven't read this one, I recommend this as well. The very first chapter in this book literally spoke about the importance of knowledge. Okay, and obviously went deep into how to sort your life out and become successful by filling these 5 buckets in your life, for example, and they need to be filled in a particular order. So the bucket of knowledge, the bucket of skills, the bucket of network, resources and reputation. The most important thing is the fact that you have to begin with knowledge. Without knowledge, you cannot fill any of the other buckets. For example, the more knowledge you have and the more you implement it, the more skills you will develop. The more knowledge and skills you have, the more valuable you become in your professional career, which allows you to build a bigger network. The bigger your network, the more you can expand on your resources. And the more resources that you have, the more reputation you will win from the people that are around you. You know, this was the main takeaway, but of course I love the fact that it all begins with knowledge. I really do want to keep this video as short and as straight to the point as I possibly can. If you're a 16 or 18 or a 20-year-old young man, you've got this mindset of, I just want to go out there and hustle and make money, like, slow down a little. You know, think, be a little strategic. What's more important, knowledge and skills or just money? You know, and sometimes I understand that you need money to acquire some level of knowledge. For example, you cannot start working as a real estate agent unless you've taken some sort of course or something, and that can take money. Nowadays, in the internet era, there's so much on YouTube. You can acquire so much free knowledge without paying a single pound, a single penny. You know? But if you do have to pay for it, then fuck it, so be it. It's knowledge, and it's gonna pay you much bigger dividends in the long run. You know, this was my mindset as well from a very young age. I remember, I work in a hotel, and I was in one hotel working as a front office supervisor, and then I was called to another hotel as a duty manager, but the pay would remain the same. Most people would say no to that offer, but I actually took that offer because even though the pay is the same, the position is a step above what I was in that moment, and I knew that I'm going to develop a lot of skills and learn a lot of things. So I said yes, and here I am attending these free courses as a result of that. You know, always be open to free knowledge, and even if you have to pay for it, then fuck it, so be it. It's going to pay you twice as much in the long run. So yeah, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.